Roast pork with Chinese 5-spice, pumpkin puree, and tahini. Plenty of salt, garlic and peppercorns for flavor, and molasses for sweet. Pork loin can be notoriously dry and will benefit from a brine overnight. Pork with sweet hoisin paste and Chinese 5-spice, classic combination. Korean gochujang may not be likely, but it certainly is welcome. Sweet, warm Chinese 5 spices and spicy gochujang. That's going to be our glaze. We need to make a bed for that pork. And what better bed than onions and apples? Fall, pork, apples, onions. What's better than that? A night in that brine has completely transformed that pork loin. That salt bath helped lock the moisture in. But before it goes in, you know it needs that glaze. That's f***ing sexy. Kabocha squash is one of my favorite pumpkins for its beautiful texture. Curry squash has got the same texture, but we only need half. The orange skin of curry squash will get tender as long as you cook it in water and braise it, ensuring that skin is nice and tender. The squash is cooking in a moist environment. Pork is cooking in a dry environment. And a head of garlic is hitching a ride because we're going to need roasted garlic later. This oven has convection roast, which is a fan that helps cook in a dry environment. And we're going to cook at 325 for a longer, slower dry environment. And if you're around, maybe you want to take it out and glaze it a couple more, 2-3 times. Not going to be long now. Pork loin is lean. It's not like pork butt. You don't want to overcook it. Just over 140, perfect. Set it aside to rest before you cut it. And add some stock to those onions and apples to make a rich sauce. Those apples and onions are going to break down and make this beautiful. Curry squash has the same texture as kabocha, but unlike kabocha, it doesn't have that tough exterior. This peel is edible, and its vibrant color doesn't hurt either. This pumpkin's getting big flavor with roasted garlic and tahini paste, which is also going to make this super rich. Chinese hoisin, Korean gochujang, and Middle Eastern tahini paste. We're all over the globe on this one. Make sure you add some salt and got a good blender. You're going to need it. A good blender and the skin of that curry squash will give you that gorgeous color. And with apples, onions, and a little bit of chicken stock, we made a basic, simple sauce. Of course, you're going to want every single drop of that. That's going to be rich, sweet gravy. Reduce, pull it off heat, cold butter, and swirl. That's it. That butter is going to transform this to a rich sauce. Check for salt if you need to. That doesn't need it. We're done. That's a piece of pork. And you can see how juicy that is. Slice off a nice thick piece for everybody. Look at the color of that. Give me a big piece of that pork on top of that with some of that pan sauce.
It's like spicy barbecue pork and pumpkin swirl and
and maybe a couple apple slices.
Oh my gosh, that pork is perfect. Yeah, this is a fall dish I want. Oh, I'm so excited.
I love pork.
It's just so fucking good. Those flavors together are amazing. Even down to the tahini.
And the pumpkin?
And that fucking glaze on that pork. Oh my God.
Pumpkin puree and roast pork with 5 spice. That's pumpkin spice. I fucking love it.
Sweet, spicy, savory fall goodness.